Hey, y'all, T-Ham141 here. I'm Tracy. Welcome to the live stream tonight. Before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and just let you know I've got merch. I've got all sorts of cool designs on shirts and like 60 or 70 different products over at Redbubble. I'll put the link up here. And I've got books. If you go to thand141homestead.com, you will find each and every one of my books. I sell. They are Amazon quality. They are printed on Amazon KDP. A big shout out to all my friends in the homesteading community. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook, YouTube. If you haven't already, go ahead. Hey, welcome everybody. That commercial only lasts 1 minute, 16 seconds, but it started seeming really, really long. I am so sorry that I got to do those, but I really want people to know what I have to offer. I'm trying to adjust this light. I'm trying to get rid of, see, when I turn that light on, I end up with the rings in my face, but the cord won't go any farther. I have this window here, which is so much brighter. So I'm trying to, I need to get a better system for lighting, but I have this little floodlight here. Let's try that. Ooh, there we go. Can you see me now? But now I got a little thingy right here. Oh, well. Can't win for losing sometimes, guys. Welcome to T-Ham141 Homestead. I am, as always, Tracy. And today we are going to be talking about water catchment. Water catchment is really important. And I was starting to get worried. I collect rainwater. Okay. In all 50 states, collecting rainwater is legal. However, in some states, it is highly regulated. So everything that we're going to be talking about here, please check out your local laws. Okay. I don't want to get anybody in trouble. I really don't want to get anybody in trouble at all. And now my nose wants to run. Go live, your nose runs. Thank goodness there's nobody here. Yeah. Somebody's here now. Of course, I just sniffled my nose on live TV. Anyway, what is rainwater catchment? Well, it's pretty simple. You're catching rainwater, free water that the government does not control, and you are storing it for later use. Now, this started out, oh my goodness, centuries ago in buckets and barrels. I have my rainwater catchment system. I should have set this up before. I have my rainwater catchment system, but oh, come on. I also have buckets under the eaves of my house, and the chickens can get to these buckets and barrels and all that good stuff so that they can get to water. You don't always have water on the, yes, this is going to start every time I bring something up. You don't always have water in puddles. Now, I have seen dogs do this repeatedly. They'll run past a clean water bowl to get to a muddy puddle. I don't understand it. But the rainwater, with all the rain we've been getting, it fills up and overflows whatever little container I have there, and it keeps it fairly clean. Now, you got to be careful when you catch water because it can collect mosquitoes. There are those little donut wafers that I use to get rid of the mosquitoes. And what that does is it's got stuff in it that kills mosquito larvae, is what it does. But it's safe for humans. Is anything safe for humans? Me and my niece Taylor stopped at McDonald's today. I doubt that is safe for humans. I need to get rid of that banner, don't I? And we will come up here. Oh, that one's already doing. Okay, good. But so why catch rainwater? Well, I am on an off-grid homestead in upstate New York, and I have a shallow dug well. My cousin is a well driller, but it's really hard, and it can be expensive to drill a well. Now, across the road, they only had, I think it was 65 feet, he said, and they have unlimited water. It was all in casing. Now, you're talking, when I bought the casing, I have 2 lengths of casing here. I paid $350 a piece for. You're talking for casing, you're talking now probably $400 to $450 a length for casing. But it's worth it for unlimited clean water cut off from surface water. There are some things we're going to be going into with rainwater that you really need to know and understand. Hey, J&B, how's it going today? Good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. So rainwater catchment is just catching rainwater. Let me do this present here, share screen here. Photo, boom, boom, boom. Ta-da! There is my rainwater catchment system. You can see up here. Is that showing up here? I don't see my thingy on there. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Go back. No, I didn't mean to do that either. Okay, I can see it. I can see it now. I just heard something. This up here is my filter. Okay, now filters can be as simple or as complicated as you want. Okay. But why do I catch rainwater? Well, my well runs dry, quite frankly. And when my well runs dry, I personally need water, but I pump from the well for my house water. I pump from the dug well during the summer into 2 300-gallon IBC totes, just like these two here. And hey, Remy, how's the soccer going? I pump my well water into 2 IBC totes like these two right here. And that will last me for a while, a couple weeks in a Pekioric Kenneth. Welcome. Oh, soccer's over. Cool. Well, be careful driving. But I pump, and that feeds my house. Now in the winter, I have 2 55-gallon drums in the pantry, and those 55-gallon drums, they last me, I don't know, a week, maybe 2 weeks tops. But the IBC totes in the summer, they get me a good, month or so or whatever. Oh, nice. Nice. Lots of thunder here. Yeah. The rain is so necessary. But I collect rainwater mostly. It's a supplemental to my water. Water for my animals I do not have to use from my well. That saves me water for me. The better water for me. I can water my garden. Let me take that up to full, and you can see, let me get rid of that comment. You can see I've got these 2-inch couplings down at the bottom. I'm not seeing my icon. I should be seeing my, but you can see these 2-inch couplings down at the bottom of the IBC totes that I have plugs that reduces. They slide in, you tighten the hose clamp around it. And then I have here on the third one over, I have a hose into that one. I have one that I can hook the 1-inch hose for my gasoline powered water pump to, so that I can fill water from the pigs. Once I get my new buildings that I've ordered, I will be able to collect rainwater off them all summer long for the pigs alone. And that will help out immensely. I won't have to transfer water from these totes anymore. Oh, there's my thingy. How did I do that? I don't know. So now I chose to go with a filter, and this is up here. This is a really simple filter. Okay. I have this piece of 1/2-inch PEX goes down into the bottom where there's a reservoir, and there are large rocks in the bottom creating a reservoir. Then I laid landscaping fabric on top of that. Then I put more rocks in. Then I put landscaping fabric on that. Now, I would like to at one time put sand in there, a layer of sand in there, just to get smaller stuff out. But it goes up rocks, cloth until you get what you see here. This is where all the leaves that are on the roof collect. So they don't go into my water tank here. Now they go into this tank. This tank is going to be the dirtiest water as far as cleanliness goes. And they will, I forgot what I was going to say. But it's going to fill this up. Then there is a pipe, another piece of PEX, because I had PEX, so might as well use it. It's really easy to work with, especially with shark bites. I do have an overflow here because I have seen this. I've seen it rain so hard that it overflows this blue barrel. Okay. And it runs into this one, and then this one has a piece of PEX going from this to this at this level. Now these are right full right now. So that's why I do it. It's, for the most part, I can use it on my garden and on my animals. Now, I do from time to time put a couple globs of bleach down there. Okay. Bleach is nothing more than chlorine, especially Clorox bleach, but I use the cheaper stuff, I got to admit. And that chlorine People say, oh, don't use bleach in the water and then use it in your garden. Chlorine evaporates very, very quickly when it comes in contact with the air, like through a sprinkler. Yes, yes. Actually, you don't know how right you are, Darren. Welcome. Bleach is to fight chlamydia and coliform. But yes, any bacteria, any viruses, that bleach will take care of. And like I said, it evaporates rather quickly. Now I do have the tops loose on those so that as I pull water out, air can get back in. The very first time I used my 1-inch gasoline water pump to draw from the big tank to the pig tank, uh, um, I actually vacuumed. I vacuum sealed, or yeah, vacuum. I started crushing the plastic. In fact, right. See if I can find it here. You can see, where is my? You can see right in here where that is still kind of crushed in a little, and down in here. I was lucky I didn't crack it, because that would have been bad. So that is what rainwater catchment is. Easy. It's been simple as rain barrels, wooden barrels, troughs, whatever. You can see my buckets that I have down. I'll bring that up small. You can see the buckets that did not mean for that to come up, but hey, if you're in Lowville, New York in September, it's going to be fun. I have buckets and places for my chickens to get their food, and my cats, or their water. It's free. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? Well, now when I say bleach water is good for the, I'm not saying it's good for the garden. I am saying that chlorine dissipates quickly into the air. We're not shocking these like you do a swimming pool, okay? If you are walking past your water catchment and you can smell chlorine or bleach, you've got way too much in there, okay? This is, I put like a gloop, gloop, gloop into the blue filter. And what that does is that kills everything in the blue filter that might be living in the blue filter. And then it passes into each tank. And by time it gets into the full tank, it is so diluted. I mean, we're talking maybe 2 parts per million. Okay. But yeah, so that's, be careful with that, okay? Because bleach water is not the best, okay? This is rainwater, okay? But it's going to be better than your town water. It will be better than your tap water, because what they have to put in your water to purify it, to make the regulators happy, is incredible. Okay, so rainwater is the best. And, you know, after, I don't know, with these here, these are like, I've got 900 gallons here. Hey, Rebel Canner. Hey, Tammy, how's it going? UV light. I would love to have a UV light system for filtering the water. Even if I just put it on the first tank, since all the water goes through the first tank first, that would be wonderful. The problem with that is electricity. Now, I chose a filter, that blue thing covered by the, well, that's actually driveway fabric because I had it and I cleaned out my filter the other day. And but you can also use what they call a first flush diverter, which would be a container that would, you empty it every time it rains, after it rains, and it'll fill up, and all the sediment and sand and dirt and everything that would come through off your roof, because your roof gets pollen on it, your roof gets bird poop on it, your roof gets all sorts of stuff on it, and your gutters collect stuff. All that would go into the first flush. Then when that fills up, it diverts it over into your tanks. You can do that also. I'm sure it's better than the river water that my city charges too much for. I have to save rainwater for cutting in young plants. Yeah. Yeah. Under the why catch rainwater, talk to Annie from Back to Basics Homestead. She is every year so far. It's Trevor. He should know it's Thursday. Every year for the last couple years, they have been on restricted water usage in the spring. Okay. They're trying to prevent a problem. I understand this. However, if you are going to compel me, as in force me, to purchase a product from you and not allow me to go to other methods of getting that product, such as a well or whatever, then you should be able to produce that product for me in quantities that I desire. It's that simple. And Annie collects rainwater. There are some ways that I think we can get her system tip top, but she would not be able to water her plants. She can use it for animals, but she can't water her plants. I see people out, guys, if your lawn is turning yellow, next time you mow, raise the deck one setting. Start with one setting, and you will see it won't turn as yellow. And eventually you can get it set to where you're cutting it. You got to cut it once a week anyway, as you can see from the grass on my thingy here. As you can see from the grass here on my thing, I don't mow this part of the lawn very often. It's a thoroughfare. I don't clean it either very often. It's got hoses and everything else laying out there, but it's a homestead. It's not a Pinterest picture. But if you're getting yellow lawns, raise that deck up. Let your grass keep a little bit more, because what that will do is the grass will hold in moisture to the ground and keep your lawn nice. I have seen places that don't get me started on homeowners associations. I've seen places that cut their grass so low that the grass would die if they didn't hit it with chemicals. You don't have to do that. Just don't cut it that low. Okay, barrels or totes. You need to figure out how much rainwater you need. Now, I alluded to before, there are times, has been one time last summer or the summer before, that I actually hooked up my rainwater catchment system to the to my water filter, or to my water totes in the summer. And I did that because I didn't have any water in the well. It was the dog days of summer and there had been no rain. And so I went ahead and I use this. Now, I have filters on my water. Okay. On my water system in the house, I have 2 filters in a series. One is a paper filter. One is a carbon filter. I have to admit, they are not, how do you say it? They're not the best, because the paper filter can be 1 micron. That doesn't bother me a bit. Okay. My carbon filter is also 1 micron. I do have 0.5 micron carbon filters that I can use. However, as long as I don't have a problem with viruses or what in the world? Viruses, bacteria, and Giardia is it's a parasite. Anyway, as long as I don't have a problem with those, I'll keep the 1 micron filter, because it does cut down on my water pressure quite a bit. Let's see, I have town water in the yard, but don't use it to water because the 2.5 times rate for sewage. I used the spring I tiled in use. What is with my reading today? I have town water in my yard, but don't use it to water because of the 2.5 times rate for sewage. I used the spring I tiled and used solar for the garden. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, I was talking with Annie, and that might be a possible what do you say? It might be a possible solution for her to just dig a small cistern underground type thing to store water. The sewage, I believe he's referring to, is the water and sewage bill come together. They're the same thing. Speaking of which, I need to pay Port Leiden's water bill. Anyway, now, a lot of times you will see people painting their totes black. There's a reason I don't paint my totes black. The number one reason is I'll have hot water. On a sunny day, I will have hot water. Okay. And I don't want that. My animals don't want that. My animals don't need that. Cover it with a tarp. My water for these barrels here are on the west side of the house. They get a little bit of sun in I don't know, maybe 2 o'clock on. They get sun. But the totes I use for my house, for my well water from the house to the house, are they are covered with a tarp and a moving blanket to keep them nice and cool. I like cool water at times. Now, I do not drink from my faucet. Okay. Let me reiterate it. I would test it, but as everyone knows, I fight coliform. I got it right that time. Coliform. coliform is a pest, a bacteria or whatever that when water runs over roots and vegetation and stuff like that, it can pick up coliform in the water. And I have a very shallow well. It's 16 feet deep, but the seeps that fill my well are at like 4 and 5 feet. So they're very shallow. Hey, Bushcraft family, what's up? But I pay for that shallow well. I'm hoping my cousin Frank Hunkins will put me. I've been on the list for years and years and years. I'm just hoping he puts me towards the top one day. He just drilled another. That everyone around me has had Frank Hunkins drill their wells since I've lived here. And some of them just moved in. I love my cousin, but he's a busy man. I know. But I don't paint them black because it will heat up the water to a point that is not good. Water does go stale. Okay. It needs to be aerated from time to time. I don't worry about that in my water catchment system because that is, hey, Rebecca, how's it going? Put a low wattage UV light in the line for your drinking water and turn on when you need. That is a very good idea. That is a very good idea. I need to find one. Because especially if I could get one, I'll have to research that. But if I could get one just under the, hooked in the line under the kitchen sink or something. But now I do have very hard water also. And the filters take out most of any sediment or anything like that in it. That's not a problem. But the hard water is another reason, which is probably really, really good for me once I get rid of the coliform, not chlamydia, coliform. Big difference I found. For those of you who don't know, I made a mistake several weeks ago on live stream on the show. I instead of saying I fight with coliform, for some reason I said I fight with chlamydia. It was hilarious, but that's why I said that, just for the uninitiated. So I leave mine clear. I leave my totes clear because, quite honestly, I'm not having a problem. Every year I rinse them out. When I put them away, I rinse them out really good, what I can. Usually in the fall, my water is back up to a normal level in the well, and I can use one tank. I can hook the pressure washer right up to the hose from these totes, and they work really, really well. These are the totes I'm talking about. It works really, really well with the pressure washer. Okay, so we talked about bleach and chlorine evaporates. Now, I am just using enough bleach or chlorine to kill. I want to make it a hostile environment for crazy stuff, for coliform, for bacteria, for I still cannot think of that. It's like not eggs. What Giardia is? It's not a bacteria. It's not a virus. What is it? Hey, Google, what classification is Giardia? What kind of organism is it?
According to Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, Giardia is a tiny parasite, germ, that causes the diarrheal disease giardiasis. Giardia is found on surfaces or in soil, food, or water that has been contaminated with feces, poop, from infected people or animals. You can get giardiasis if you swallow Giardia germs.
Okay, I'm not worried about getting Giardia in my rainwater so much because, I mean, yes, you can get birds pooping on your roof and stuff, but it's a parasite. But there's another thing. There's bacteria, there's viruses, and not pustules. Oh man. What they are is not lobes. Anyway, I'll remember it when we're done. But you want to make sure you have a filter. Hey Remy, welcome back to the show. VD. No, not quite that bad. I want to say it starts with a pH. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about it right now because we're live and you guys don't need to see me stumbling around this empty head. But yeah, you want to have some kind of filter system. You want to have the water. Now, for the most part, like I said, these 3 totes, fungus. No, not quite a fungus. It's not a fungus. Hey, Google, what kind of things contaminate drinking water? There are viruses and bacteria and what?
According to Environmental Protection Agency, human wastes from sewage and septic systems can carry harmful microbes into drinking water sources, as can wastes from animal feedlots and wildlife. Major contaminants include Giardia, Cryptosporidium, and E. coli.
That's not it. Oh my goodness. Chemical disease-causing microbes. More common illnesses, viruses, bacteria, and parasites. Vomiting, diarrhea, kidney failure, hepatitis. Anyway, yeah, bacteria, viruses, and parasites. But there's something that what it is it's eggs. You drink the water, the eggs get in you, and there is a name for them. Anyway, I'm not gonna worry about it. No more. But this has worked really well for me. I have not been sick from drinking water that I know of. Yeah, better get checked for Giardia. I better get checked for something. I was reading a report. Yes, I read. I was reading a report the other day that was talking about tinnitus is an early warning, could be an early warning system for dementia. And that's scary because I have tinnitus. Hey, Peter, old man King, how's it going, my friend? How's it going? But yeah, collecting rainwater, man. Now, remember back in, was it the 90s? The 80s or 90s, there was a big acid rain scare. Yeah. Nothing there that I know of has changed. I know it killed a lot of, they blamed it on a lot of killing a lot of ponds in the Adirondacks. But guys, tapeworm eating for 2. There you go. Guys, test your water. If you are catching your own water to use, It is your responsibility. It's like with the solar system. My solar panel, my solar electric, if something breaks, it's my responsibility to fix it. My responsibility to fix it. And it's your responsibility to make sure that your animals have safe water. Your garden has safe water. Okay. It's just a no-brainer that you are your only help. As you become more self-sufficient, part of that is taking responsibility for your self-sufficiency. In that, let's see here. Now, there are all sorts of systems. Like when I use this, it goes through the screen filter of the water pump, and it goes into my holding tanks, where I do, when I fill a water tank, when I fill a 300-gallon tank from my well, I do put a splash of bleach in there. Okay. Because I do not want nastiness in there that's going to hurt me. And my filters, if I could get a 0.5 or 0.5 micron filter to work with my current system, I would. I absolutely would. I wouldn't worry about it a bit, because that stops all that stuff. Love Canal, New York. Love Canal, New York. Refresh my memory, Dave. I don't. Love Canal, New. It sounds familiar. It sounds very familiar. But yeah, so rainwater catchment. Make sure you're following the legal parameters for your area. Now, there are what I call idiot laws. And any law that has me being an idiot as the basis for its existence is a non-starter for me. Shouldn't say that. A toxic Superfund site. Even without the bleach, it would still be better than most city. Yeah. 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 You would be very, very surprised. You would be very surprised what is allowed in your drinking water. Hey, Suzanne. And when you're off grid, you have to, things are going to start getting worse. Okay. That is one of the very first things. And this goes back to the why. One of the very first things that they have to control you with in LA during a outbreak of a certain virus, the LA mayor said that they came out and said you cannot gather at your house with more than X amount of people. And if we see X amount of cars in your driveway saying that you are having a large gathering, we will shut off your utilities. We will shut off your water. We will shut off your natural gas. We will shut off your propane. We will shut off your utilities. I don't want anybody to have that kind of control over me or potential control. Hooker Chemical was draining chemicals into the Niagara River through a subdivision. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, sorry. Our nearest city has 4 pages typed front and back of chemical additives. Yes, that. Now there's a woman and that I have contact with on Facebook, and uh she gets sucked into a lot of conspiracy theories that I don't put a lot of weight in. However, this one might. She says that in the drinking water there are things that will reduce fertil- fertility. There are things that will make our children more feminine, um, more estrogen in males, to get rid of the toxic masculinity. I love it how they talk about toxic masculinity, and then you get these transgenders saying, "I'm a woman, but I'd like to see somebody kick me out of a woman's bathroom." Well, that's toxic masculinity. Anyway, off that, I don't want to get into that. But yeah, guys, catch your rainwater if you can. And I'm the type of guy, if my neighbor can get away with it, God bless him. But if you do it, know what you're doing. As far, I am have a very laissez-faire attitude with things, which is not always, it does not always serve me well. But I splash a couple globs of bleach in them. I rinse them out every year. I clean my gutters. The gutter system. The gutter system on here, let me bring it up, only runs. That did that again. Anybody want to go to Handgun Fun Shoot? The gutter system only runs from the end of the house on this end over to just about here, about the midway of that. I should have took a picture of that. I wonder if I have one. I wonder if I have one. Guys, you're going to see all my personal pictures. Oh my word. Looking for a picture of my gutter system. It's my driveway. It's the Piggly Wigglies. Okay, that's snow. We're at the wrong. That's January. Okay, let's go down to. That's October. Might get a picture here. Come on already. I don't know. Hey, Mahilan, how are you? Wow. All the useless stuff. That's how I keep track of prices. I take pictures of prices with my phone. And also stuff I want to mimic. That's down south. Moms. Come on. How did I get back to snow? Oh, well, I'm not going to worry about it right now. Oh, there's my baby. My Wendy. Anyway, I'll take that all the way back up to the top. That is thank you for taking it. Just clean the shower. Have to love to have a well with iron water and a water system that have yeah. I do have hard water. Um and it gives me flaky skin and all this stuff. There was an old countryside magazine from the 60s that had an advertisement for a water softener that needed no electricity or nothing. It turned out to be a non-starter. It was a scam. It was I didn't buy one. They'd gone out of business long before I had gotten there. So yeah, I don't paint my totes. I do cover them with tarps. Oh, it's not hard water. It's orange water. My shower turned from orange to white again. Oh, the iron water. Okay, yeah. And now would filters work for that? Such as I have filters that may work. You know, you can go down to 1 micron, which won't keep viruses or anything out, but for most particles, it will. But yeah, that stinks, man. That you end up with hard water. It could be worse. I know a lot of people who have sulfur water, and that is the worst because everybody knows when you're running water. I have 3 filter tanks and a salt tank. Something is not doing. Yeah, yep, that is true. Something is not doing its job. Um, but yeah, guys, that's all I had planned. You guys want to talk about anything else? Because we went over the filter systems, the bleach and chlorine evaporates, paint black, cover with tarp, or leave open or clear, barrels or totes. Barrels or totes, that's just, you need, like, if you live in a place in the desert, which some of you do, you're going to need to store more water than you could. I would like to bury these. If I could bury them 4 foot down, then I would be able to have melt water all year round. Magnets. You would think, I wonder if that would work. You would think putting a magnet, if it's iron. Um, the totes will, I don't know. I really don't know. These, I've never had one crack on me before. These are, I have been here for 7 years. The house has been built for about 7 years. So these are probably 6 years old. Now I'm lucky. I am in the position where I can ask Trevor and he can put his name on them so far at work and get them for me. It gets hard because a bunch of people try that. Dave Knight, I think there was a movie loosely based on Love Canal starring John Travolta. Do you know what I'm thinking? Oh, reverse osmosis. Under my kitchen sink, I have a reverse osmosis system. I unhooked it. It has its own spigot, but it's a reverse osmosis system. I unhooked it because it just didn't have enough pressure. And to be frank, totally honest, water bottles are fairly cheap. And we do have a really good return. You get 5 cents to return water bottles, and some soda and some teas actually. But yeah, reverse osmosis is supposed to be really good. The system I got, I do not have the water pressure because remember, my house is pressurized by a camper water pump that tries to keep the pressure at 50 psi in my water lines in the house. And so when I turn on the faucet and it goes below, what is it? I think 35 or something, that pump kicks on and tries to keep it at 50 psi. I would like to get another or a bigger pump. I'm working on that. If I can ever get a well drilled where I have plenty of water, then I'll have a regular bladder tank, and then I might rehook up the reverse osmosis system. No, I just remember stuff like that when I was young. Oh, John Travolta. Boy, some of our big action stars, I don't know if he was an action star per se, but some of the action stars have really started, they're aging, but they're aging well. I stopped at the Amish today down the road and made an adjustment. Did I draw that out? I made an adjustment to my main. I should take a picture of it so I can put it up. This is going to be, this is 12 by 20 foot. It's going to have a chicken coop here, and then it's going to have a small coop here. So I can do chickens, turkeys, meat chickens, whatever I want. Some area here where I might be able to do some bunnies and store feed and stuff. But I amended it today. I'm putting a door. This window here will actually be moved this way, and it'll actually be in the door, a 4-foot door here, so I can pull the tractor up to it, the bucket of the tractor up to it, and clean it out there. Because this one here, I can pull the tractor right up here, go in, and the door of this will be right there, and I'll be able to shovel the refuse, the compost, whatever you want to call it, into the tractor and go dump it. This one so far is what I have. You have the door here and a pig pen here, and then I will be able to put another stall in here if I ever decide to, so I could do rabbits or or maybe even one day I might even get the goats that Wendy and I wanted for so long. Wendy Benjamin and Claudie Arsenault, I am getting. Oops, I shouldn't have done that. Nobody be able to see it. These are your Clyde's garden planners. I am getting ready to send them out. I am sorry it took so long. Oh, that's something else I need to check. Sarah Sapien, wannabe homesteader. I can't find any contact information for you. What book do you want? And I need an address to send it. You can email it to me. At than141 at hotmail.com. Melissa, Little Husband, Big One. I got that one taken care of, I think. The apron from Tammy from Rebel Canners. I don't know if Claudia got that. If you won something, Alex, AMC Electric, Anthony Arsenal, Barb's Country Home, you guys need to get hold of, well, Anthony and Barb's Country Home needs to talk to Annie about the sticker at Back to Basics Homestead. Her email is there. Alex, AMC Electric, the $25 gift card at from Marhelin at back at Little Homestead by the beach. Hey Vay, how's it going? Good night, JMB. Yes, Alex, AMC Electric. Please contact Little Homestead by the beach for your gift card. Remy, Suzanne E. Goulet. Contact Rem at Rem's Family Farm. Lynn at Bucket List Homestead. Suzanne, please get hold of her about your canning towel if you haven't. And then Robin Franklin, Alexa Arsenal, and Suzanne Goulet get hold of Just Doing Our Best stickers. Other than the, and if you won something and you have not received it from me yet, other than the garden planners, they're about to go out in the mail next time I go to town. Let me know. And we will try to get you, because I want to take care of that so that I can start doing periodic giveaways and stuff like that. I like doing stuff like that. It is awesome. I like giving stuff away. I want to be the Mr. Beast of homesteading. If anybody can help Pekioric with Kenneth with that, I personally do not indulge, but it does have its medicinal uses. Oh, guys. All right. Well, does anybody have any other questions that I might be able, my light went off. Well, you bugger. That I might be able to, ooh, that's red. It's red. That I might be able to answer on the water catchment system. You just need watch hours. Okay, Vay's Place needs watch hours. Right now, I have been watching Ren's Homestead. Ren's Homestead. WRENS Homestead. Right now, my water capacity. Each one of these tanks. Each one of these tanks here is I want to say 3,000 liters or 275 gallons. Can I zoom in here? I want to say these are each 3,000 liters. See if I can. Oh, I can take it in. And this one, is that a 1230 liter? Okay, there's 1,100 liters. That looks like a 2,300 liter or 2,000 liters there. And that's my max. So these are probably each 1,000 liter. Yeah, right here's the 1,000 liter mark on that one. So these are each 1,000 liter. They're on a downhill. These are each 1,000 liter, and that one is, man, I want to say that's 2,900 liters. The big one. The big one. God darn it. I took a picture of that, a screenshot of that, because I want to go. It's a fun day. Handgun fun shoot, great opportunity to hone your skills or shoot a handgun for the first time. Open to the general public. Must be 14 years of age with parental consent. Saturday, September 30th, 2023. There is a rain date. Lowville Fish and Game Club. Bring your own handgun and ammunition, or use a demonstration firearm from number 4 Tactical or from another pistol permit holder in attendance. Non-pistol permit holders will be under direct supervision of a firearms instructor. Will use a demonstration firearm from number 4 Tactical or from another pistol permit holder in attendance. It just sounds like fun to me. And I haven't shot in a long, long time. Look, did I tell you guys about this yet? Somebody, why is it there? Somebody dropped me off a bunch of plants. I came in from camping with Colin, and there were a bunch of tomato plants. There are let's see, there are some beefsteak tomatoes, there are some cherry tomatoes, there are some flowers that I got planted in. There are some peppers, some jalapeno peppers. It is just amazing. And somebody gave them to me. And I don't know who. I'm thinking it might have been my next door neighbors. But oh man, she made me a banana cream pie. Oh my Lanta, it was delicious. I tell you what, having neighbors is awesome. Misty and Alex and their kids, every once in a while I'll hear their kids laughing over there. And I'm sure they hear me hooting and hollering out here, but man, what a blessing these are. I got everything planted except for there's some things called silver. They're marked as silver, and I'm not sure what they are. I need to plant them. All right, guys, I am going to go ahead and get out of here. Tomorrow, I will be releasing the video. I have an automatic pig feeder. It holds 450 pounds of pig feed and automatically feeds them, automatically lets it out to them. All they have to do is lift. In fact, I might have, let's see here. I might have a recent picture of that because Maybe not. Maybe not. I thought I took pictures of my Piggly Wigglies. It wasn't with my phone. That's what it was. Where would I have put that? Why is that coming up there? Oh, okay. Never mind. It won't do that one because the way I got it set. But the first time you prop the door open for them and they start eating out of it because they were young when I started feeding with it. And they learn, okay, I eat food, food comes down. I eat food, food comes down. This is where the food's at. Then you lower it down and they finally get to a point where they have to stick their head in and lift it up to eat. And then you close the lid. Let's see if I can. Oh, that's Piggy's going to market right here. Oh, I got to share it, I guess. These are some old pigs that I had. And they have to lift it up in order to eat. But the piglets had never had to lift that up. So I have a video coming out of them learning how to use that. And if anybody wants, email me a request for the pig feeder plans, and I will email you blueprints for this pig feeder. Relatively straightforward build. Yeah. But it was just awesome. I really like it. But watching the pigs go at it, because they'll lift it up with their nose and then they'll try to take their nose off it so that they can go in and get the food, and it'll slam up shut. And the doors aren't very heavy. And I do have to check because moisture does build up in the barrel a little bit, and every once in a while it'll plug up. Right now we're only using one side. As the pigs get bigger, I will open both sides. But yeah, and it's really a straightforward build. I need to really give mine a scrub down. Again, I pressure washed it, but it needed a little bit more than that before I put it away this year. And I want to build, as you can see there, this one's on boards. The one on it's not on boards anymore. I want to get a concrete pad that's thick enough that the pigs won't tear it up, just to set that and the water on, so that I know that they are level. Yeah, we'll go into this a little bit. There's my Wendy. There's my Wendykins. I miss her so much. But anyway, yeah, we backed the trailer right up to the thing and build a little corral right up to the gate, build a little corral, and then we stopped feeding them in the feeder. We can actually screw that feeder down, the lid on the feeder down, and we start feeding them in the front of the cage here that we built. And then we get them used to us bringing them treats in there. And so when we bring out a treat one day, they rush up in to get into the front to get to the tree, and we close the gate behind them so that they can then make the trip. They can then make the trip. Let's see. To the butcher. And they just ride so nice. Our little piglies. This is where we bought our pigs from this year. This was a different spot.
There's some piglets. Yeah, I think he's got 8. Oh, there's some.
And there's our 3 little ones. When we first got them, they were so cute. They still are. They're getting bigger. They're getting bigger. Caden is about to have a birthday. Carly is about to have a birthday. Oh my goodness. My grandkids are getting old, man. I'm getting to be an old man. But anyway, guys, I'm going to let you go. I don't want to take up any more of your evening than I already have. Hey, remember to send me a sticker for the sticker wall. I got my sticker, Thor Haven, Annie from Back to Basics Homestead, Ren's Family Farm, Bucket List Homestead, Handsteaders Live Free, Rebecca Touched by Yarn, Just Doing Our Best, Old Man King Homestead, Barb's Country Home, and Rambling with the Brooms. So if you have a sticker that you would like to appear prominently on any one of my lives, once we fill this plaque up, I'll put a plaque up over here. Just send it to, do I have a banner with my, let me, they put my address on the screen. Don't worry, I'm not doxing myself. P.O. Box 104, Ava, New York, 13303. You can just mail me a sticker, and as soon as I get it, I'll wait until my next live after I get it, and we will put it on the sticker wall so that you can be prominently displayed for all to see. Sounds legit, right? This is a beautiful block of wood with decoupage with my symbol on it that Angie from Me and You Acres made me. Her and Mike are doing good. They've been awfully busy recently getting the garden in, and they're still building on their house. And man, sometimes things just seem to go so slow, but everything has a time. All right, guys, I am going to go ahead and let y'all go. I've threatened to do it before, but this time I mean it. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful week. Remy goes live tomorrow night. I don't know if Darren from Thorhaven is going live tonight or not. Keep looking for that. Annie goes live on Sunday. I think Lynn goes on Saturday. I'm not sure. Me and You, I think it was Monday. But y'all have a great day, and we will see you next week. Till then, homestead on. Have a great day, and God bless.